Guys, I've got the leash. I've got Arlo. Arlo is one of those dogs. It started with, I'm gonna bite my owners for them trying to put the leash on. When biting doesn't work, he'll try to run away. Look, he's saying, he could not be more clear that he does not want me to put this leash on. But guess what? I'm gonna tell his owners to do the same thing. If he's running away from you and you're trying to put a leash or a collar on, you're gonna use the recall. The collar has to be on. So that's why that has to go on before he leaves the crate. But if you're trying to get a cone, a flat buckle collar, a leash, anything on him, and he is not in his crate and he's trying to run away from you, you're gonna use the recall with the beep, correct if he doesn't, and praise when he gets over here. Okay, watch this. Come. Hi, buddy. Good boy. Nice job. Because that is non-negotiable. Good. All right. So without that recall, it very well could turn into a game of catch me if you can. All right. I'm going to try to put this on while holding the camera. Okay. Now remember, the recall ends with a stay. So he can't just get up and run away again. If he did, we would correct him and recall him again. Good, and we're gonna put this right over his head. Oh my gosh, he's doing so amazing with it. And we've turned an area of contention into a really easy thing now, just with basic commands. That's my boy, Arlo. Break. Now that we've got the leash on, we're gonna go out for our walk. The first thing you're gonna wanna work on is the pressure. Can you open up the door to the outside? And he doesn't even think about going out. Good, he looks up at you. Break. Oh my goodness, look at him. So you've put your leash on, collars on, you've had him wait at the threshold, now you're out on your walk. So the way we walk our dogs is in heel, head on the left, slightly behind at the level of your heel. Notice the leash is dragging, but I'm not using it. If his owners wanted to use the leash, they would be holding it in their left hand. Nothing would change because all the training is on the e-collar. So if he moves out of heel position, what everyone else does on a leash is try to pull him back. We're only gonna click a button. So if he goes too far forward, stem, number changes based on what he's responding to. If he lags too far behind, tone. Goes behind the legs, tone. Veers out to the left, tone. Stem if he's ignoring the tone. But look, this is all Josh. Josh trained up the heel so nicely. He's following my pace, my direction. I feel like I could walk for miles like this. This is what we call a follower. Gotta match the blacktop, buddy. I'm really happy with his heel. Let's see what happens when I stop. Good. Down. Good. Stay. You wouldn't believe what we had to do. You guys would not believe how hard it was to get him to lay down. But now we finally have it. He's downing without any click, so he's on verbal only. He's holding his down until either released or given another command. Notice I'm able to create distance, walk around. Good. So this is something they'll be able to use in daily life. You're such a good boy. If he were to break the command early, it would just be verbal NO paired with clicks until he lays back down. That's what keeps it really nice and bomb-proof. Keeps it reliable. And then of course we have our recall. It's gonna be the verbal paired with the tone. I praise him and he comes and sits or stands right in front of me. Come. Good boy, buddy. I like that. Good job. He's choosing to lay down. Good boy. Let's show how we get him back in heel. I'm gonna say heel, click the tone and start walking. Heel, tap the tone a couple times, start walking, and he locks right in. So this all looks very easy, but he was an extremely difficult dog to get him to listen on verbal only and without constantly holding on to a leash. So now he's doing so well, we're gonna start to take it off property. Nice work, Arlo. We have come in from our walk. Place. New place bed, so he says, no thank you. I'm gonna use my recall. Place. Good job. So he might do that with a new place bed. Briggins, lay down. I don't like the click-clacking. It's my personal dog. Good. So do you see how I said place and pointed and he said no thank you and he went that way? My first thing I did was click stem. I'm very low, I'm at a 6. Correct, then direct. Place again, tap tone, he got right on. So don't let him fool you. Oh, he doesn't like the bed, he doesn't want to be there, he'd rather be in the crate. No, He's just doing that to avoid listening. If you would have told him to go in the crate, he probably would have gotten on the place bed. So at least now we have a tool to help us through all those stubborn moments. So when we come back in from our walk, I'm not gonna let him just roam around the house. We're always gonna have something directed to do, either whether that's crate or place, or like in Regan's case, a downstay. For him, I'm putting him on place. I'm gonna chill here for a while. Good boy.